So the theme of this month is dryads. So I decided to try and use markers instead of my batik like I normally do because I wanted to get the ideal of how other people use their markers for their cover pages. I still like my batiks better. It doesn't show my coloring lines as much as the markers do, but I'm sure there's a better way to color with markers. I'm just probably not that efficient. But this drawing of the dryad is based off of a painting that I did. And I kind of wanted to try and make her part of my bujo. And I tried to do branches for the words, but it actually was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be to do the branches. So I kind of tried to do like a base color over everything and then go in and add some darker colors and some leaves and different things to kind of add a little bit of something to it. But the quote that I picked for this month is every success story is a tale of constant adaptation, revision, and change. So with the stone, I tried to go in with the gray, but I actually felt like it didn't really look like a stone. So in a little bit, you're going to see me go in with a metallic marker because I liked it better that way. It was kind of hard for me to do a dryad and even a mermaid in the last one because I don't really do people that much in a lot of my paintings. And so it was a little hard for me to do the people one. But at the same time, I think it kind of came out interesting. I don't know if you can tell she's a dryad. She's got a couple branches coming off her leg, but it is really hard to try and do it. So I added some other coloration to kind of make it look like tree branches so it wasn't just one solid color. And I have the markers, but they don't have any kind of numberation on them, so I numbered them myself. And I just added a lighter brown and then darker brown and then one more darker color. And then I went in with color pencils to kind of add a little bit more depth and coloration because it felt like it was just really way too solid of a color. And that made me like the drawing just a little bit more. And then I used a light blue color to do where the water where she put her foot in and it created a puddle. But it did not look blue to me. It looks green. But I still like the way it kind of came out, and it's something different to kind of bring a little bit of extra character to the cover page. I like doing a quote on the cover page instead of doing a separate cover page and then a quote page. So I decided that I kind of like that combo. So I decided to use browns for the words, and I tried to do like almost a Times New Roman font. And then I used green for the outline of the calendar. And I just decided to do this as my events to kind of show me what days the events are on. And it kind of worked out. And then what I'm coloring now is my mood tracker. And what I wanted to do was use the leaves, and each one has a number on it. It's really tiny, so I don't know if you can see the numbers, but each of the leaves has a different number. And then I decided to add some florals. It's more of an Ojibwe kind of floral design for the leaves. And so I kind of wanted to add the flowers to add a little bit of color, a little bit of prettiness to it, so that's kind of what I decided to do, and it's been really crazy and busy. And so this layout this month, I've noticed I haven't really kept up with the weekly planners, and so I kind of wanted to just try and do like task lists because that seems to work out really well for me. And I wanted my mood tracker to come off of the dryad's fingers. But I'm hoping that having not giving a full page to ideals, because sometimes I have a lot of ideals and sometimes I only have a few. And so I kind of wanted to just do an ideal section, which is what I'm coloring in now, and try to make pretend tape for the titles. And then have a goals section and a finance section to do the profits and the red. So I decided to break down the task lists for projects into a couple different sections. So I have ISC, which is Ink Scroll Creatives, that's our art business, and then my vlogs, this channel, home, library, which is my day job, and then social media, which Pinterest and Instagram and maybe TikToks, and then art, and then other. So I kind of wanted to break it down into sections and see how this works. I also added a couple of different stickers that came with my newest Vivid Scribbles planner, and so I just kind of added some leaves and different things to kind of add that element of the forest. And then I went in with my green highlighter, keeping with my green and brown theme. Then I also have an action list. So this I kind of wanted to try so I could have some checks. It's not exactly like the projects, it's a little bit different. So I have it broke down into monthly tasks that I have to do monthly, and then into weekly tasks, which I have the 5 different weeks that are in August. Some of them only have a few days. And so I can kind of mark which week it was done. If it was done all of the weeks, then I can mark all of them and just kind of highlight them, kind of like a habit tracker. And then I have daily tasks, and these ones are done daily, so I can mark down which day of the week and then which week they're on. So that can kind of help me keep track of if I get them done every week and what days of the week I'm working on those projects with. And I did realize that I messed up because there should have been a space above the second list of daily trackers to write down what I'm tracking. But I figured I maybe write it on the side. And then I also have my tracking for my wellness, and probably my Ojibwe language will be the other one. I was keeping track of posting social media, but I just don't do it enough that I feel like I can really get that done. So I went back in with my green highlighter. That's where I noticed I didn't do the list for the other two. And then I'm decorating this page. I kind of left a blank page because I wanted to, I've been journaling in my bujo, so then I keep track of different events or different highlights that I want to remember for the month. So I'm going to do that beside the word count, or I might do a meeting. And word count is just how many words I'm writing every month in my different books I'm working on. And then I left another blank page just in case I have some more events that I want to write down. And the ones I'm adding now, that I'm adding stickers to right now, these are my Ojibwe pages. So once a week I write down the things in Ojibwe that happened, so I can keep kind of a journal. But it's all in Ojibwe, so I can practice my language. So that it's broken down into 4 weeks. Even if some of them have 5 weeks, I figured 4 would be okay, just to kind of practice writing Ojibwe and speaking Ojibwe. So I tried a couple different stickers, but I like the way it came out. So this is the final reveal of the monthly flip through. And I'm hoping that this layout will help me, and it was inspired by Jassy Crin's kind of layout, and I'll link her down below. But it also adds a little bit of what I do